Howdy, and welcome to the channel. And today we're going to be opening up this Grant's compact creeper and detail seat that I picked up from Harbor Freight. So this Grant's compact creeper and detailed seat I picked up at Harbor Freight. It's model 57317. And the nice thing I liked about this one was the composite material that it was made out of. So if you get it wet whenever you're working on your vehicles, you're not going to have problems with it because it's not made out of wood. It does have two removable side trays. It also has a removable drawer, a removable tool holder, as well as two removable bottle holders. And this is all sitting upon two 4-inch swivel casters and two 4-inch locking casters. This seat has a 300-pound weight capacity with it. With this kit, they included a 10mm stamped steel wrench, as well as a 4mm Allen wrench. Absolutely worthless. Get rid of those. Hopefully you have a proper 4mm and a proper 10mm. The other things that they didn't include that you will absolutely need with this is a 17mm and either a really thin stamped steel 17mm or probably some kind of channel locks. Additionally, you're gonna need a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. It's very important that you don't tighten everything down until you get the casters on. Then you can go through and tighten everything up at that point. Some of the instructions, they do not do a very good job of describing everything that you need on each step. However, with a little bit of deduction, we can figure that out. If you don't wanna do that, I'm gonna have the camera come close and I'm gonna go over all of the different piles of nuts and bolts and screws that I have here. Here we have our bolts and our washers and our nylock nuts. These are going to be used on these cross members and they attach to the primary frame. Then we have these shorter bolts with the bigger flat washers on them, fender washers, and those are actually going to go in through the top of this injection molded plastic into the seat. Then we're gonna have our flat washers and our lock washers along with our capped nut, and this is going to be for the casters. Then we have the 4 number 2 Phillips head screws, and those are gonna be used to hold on the plastic trays on the side. Let's go ahead and get assembling this unit now. Whenever we put our sides on, make sure that your holes go to the outside. So whenever you have your unit put together, it needs to look like this. If they are on the inside, you're going to have to remove them and redo your bolts. So the way this is going to work is we're going to have one washer on the bolt that's going to go through the hole into the spreader, and then we have another washer that goes on underneath, followed by the nylock nut. Wash, rinse, repeat for the next 4 bolts. Next, we're going to snap our tray holder in. It's not held in very firm yet, but it will be once we tighten up all the bolts. Now we're ready to put on the seat base. There is not a front or a back to the seat base, it just is. So we go ahead and put it in place. And again, we're going to be using the shorter M6 by 25mm bolts with the larger fender washers with it. We're now ready to put on the casters. Now we have 2 that spin freely, and then we have 2 that have locks on them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 2 that spin freely on the back side and the 2 with the locks on the front. That way I can reach down and lock both sides of the unit and not have one side that still tries to move on me. We're now ready to tighten the assembly, and I'm actually going to start with the casters, then I'm going to come back up and I'm going to do the seat, and then I'm going to finally finish up by tightening the crossbars at the bottom. This is where I have a little bit of an issue with the tools that were sent with this. Whenever you try to tighten up these casters, you can't use a regular combination wrench to fit up in here. My Pittsburgh doesn't fit, my old Craftsman doesn't fit, a Popular Mechanics doesn't fit, even my Nico doesn't fit. So nothing that I have will actually fit in between the collar and the bottom of the cross rail. So what I'm reduced to using is some Nip-X pliers, really nice pliers by the way. Definitely shows that I don't have problems spending money on good tools. And then we're going to tighten our top nut from that point. If they had simply shipped one of those really crappy stamped steel wrenches with this, we actually wouldn't have a problem because one of those stamped steel wrenches could easily fit in this tiny little space that's down here. Okay, now that we have the casters tight, I'm gonna go ahead and do the upper seat bolts. And just to get them down snug, I'm gonna go ahead and use this little Bauer. Seems fitting using that on a Harbor Freight tool. Now I'm going to take my 4mm and I'm just going to make sure that everything is nice and firm. Okay, now we're going to finish off by tightening these spreaders down here. Now that we have everything snugged up, it feels really nice, very solid. I'm gonna go ahead and put the side trays in. So we're just gonna grab one of the side trays and they simply slip down in here. For the camera's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over. We're gonna take 2 of our number 2 Phillips screws and we're going to put them right down in here. Wash, rinse, repeat on the other side. We're now ready to mount our side cups, and these are extremely easy. They have 2 round sections and a large rectangular section, and it simply slides into these side caddies. You can see the same structure, and it just pushes down into it, giving you a hexagonal holder. We do the same thing on the other side. Now we're going to take the tray and we're going to slide it into the tray holder. On the back side, it also includes a tool holder, or you can use this for brushes and those kinds of things. This simply goes into the slot right down here and it tilts and snaps in place. Now we're ready to put our foam cushion on top. Now that we have it assembled, I want to go ahead and put some product in here, some different things that I would use for cleaning. First of all, if you have kids, you will definitely know all about carpet spills. And then if you have kids, you will also know about needing to wipe up after them. If you have leather, then you might want to protect your leather and condition it. And of course, we always need to clean the windows for whatever reason, be it a bird, yourself, or your kids. And then I highly recommend Rain-X for your windshield, so we'll go ahead and put that in there. Now on the other side, we're gonna go ahead and just populate this with some standard car care. First of all, we got some wheel and tire cleaner. Then we have some tire dressing. Next, we have some ceramic coating. Then we have some bug and tar remover. And I absolutely love these foam cannons. These things are great, go wonderful on your power washer. So that gets a lot of the main body here. We also have different tools to get into different crevices. So those will fit nicely down in there. And then if you want, you can get different things to work on your tires, and those can actually fit down very nicely in the base here. And then in the center, I'm gonna put a few rags in here, as well as a vent cleaner. And last but not least, on the back here, I'm going to put some boar hair brushes that you can use to clean different aspects inside your car. So now that I have this fully loaded, I am going to move this table and I'm gonna put it on the ground and we're gonna see how it rolls. I wanna see what it feels like with all of this additional weight that's in here, because this is a lot of additional weight on it at this point. And I'm not exactly a skinny guy, so I'm curious if it's going to handle my weight or not. I'm well below the 300-pound weight limit, even with all of this stuff on here. But I am curious how it works, especially with the 4-inch casters. Are those 4-inch casters gonna make it easier to roll or not? Let's find out. Now, out of the 3 creepers you see here, this is definitely the shortest. This one's about 14.5 inches. This one's about 15 inches. And this one is a little over 15 inches when they're all the way down. These obviously are adjustable. This one is not. What you see is what you get. Trying to see if I can fling this stuff out. I did knock over the glass cleaner, but it didn't fall out. That's pretty impressive. And the boar hairs brushes on the back are still doing good. None of the other items that I had in there came out. And the tray stayed inside as well. The wheel locks do a really decent job. They're actually holding very well. You can get it to move, but you really have to pull with the wheel locks being on, so I'm pretty impressed with the wheel locks. My fat butt doesn't have a problem bouncing on it.
That's pretty goddamn impressive.
Seems to be doing absolutely just fine. The cushion on this is minimal in nature, I will definitely say that. So if you're looking for something that has a lot of cushion to it, this one here actually has more cushion than this one does. It's very firm.
That's what she said.
You can definitely tell that it is only a thin layer between you and the material underneath. As far as rolling is concerned, I would say this one actually rolls slightly more difficult than this round red one that I got from Harbor Freight as well. However, it is night and day difference than this Icon shop stool. These shop stools from Harbor Freight don't roll well at all. This one does though. In fact, if they could take the casters off of this and put it on that, that would be a much better chair. I like how easy everything is to get. Even if you have small things in your side compartments, like this Rain-X, it's very simple to lean over and get those items. It's also very nice having the little drawer here. You can simply reach down and pull out what you need. And all those little tools that are behind you are just a reach away. So very simple to get those tools from the back of the unit, and pretty simple to put it back. I didn't even look back there to feel what I was doing with it. And the nice thing about this is it's not just a detailing seat. Yes, that's what it's sold as, but this can be a creeper as well. Imagine having something like this and you have an impact over here and an air hammer over here, and you have a bunch of ratchets and wrenches down here. This would absolutely work as a tool creeper. And ultimately it's preference. Which would you rather have? Would you rather have a stool like this with a tool creeper like this to roll around with? Or would you like to have it all right there with you on a single unit, so as you roll around, you have all of those items available? I do actually agree with the title of calling it a detail seat. You can definitely see that some thought was put into this design, making it for that purpose. Especially if you're one of those people who takes a lot of detailed care with your wheels, and you want to make sure that they're very well polished and everything looks nice and the rubber is properly addressed and looks good. This will get you down very close to your wheels to where you can easily do that, and you have all of your supplies readily available to do that work. It does work as a standard shop tool as well. If you're trying to do an axle grease, this would actually be really good. You could have a container of grease in one of these. You could have some brake clean in some of this. You could have some rags in another. You could have your new bearing stuck in the compartment below. You could have your bearing greaser sitting to the side in one of these other compartments. There's tons of things that you can put in this. There is so much storage included with this system, and that makes it extremely versatile. So there's so many use cases for something like this, and ultimately it rolls nice. The seat cushion's not bad, and if you want more seat cushion, you can always throw a pillow on top of this. Currently, this is $70 at Harbor Freight, and I actually think that price tag is pretty on point. Whenever you compare it to that, it is substantially better overall, and the nice thing is it's actually more comfortable than that one. Even though the seat cushion isn't quite as plush, it's bigger. So for the larger rumps out there, it will have more of your rump on a surface. And it's definitely a lot better than that one. That one I don't like very much at all, simply because it's so difficult to roll around on. For the money, if you're gonna buy one of these, I would actually buy this one, and I would recommend this one over the other two. If you can actually get this on sale, which it does go on sale every now and then, I would jump on one of those deals. Or if you have one of those hard to come by now 25% off coupon codes, this would absolutely be something perfect to spend that money on. This seat's so comfortable, I'm actually going to film the outro while sitting on it. Thank you very much for coming along on this little journey of putting this together. I really appreciate that you took the time to make it all the way through the video. And as always, at the end of the video, please be sure to post any comments or questions you have about this tool or any of the tools behind me in the comments below. And I also love highlighting great comments like this one, because of how much I love having that interaction with you all. Thanks for watching.